Can I ask you something? What do you feel when you see these images? When you look at this image, do you start to feel uncomfortable? Perhaps a sense of dread falls over you. How about this one? Are you feeling it? This one? What about this one? Now, if you felt uncomfortable or scared while looking at these images, you may have what is known as thalassophobia, or scientifically, an intense phobia or fear of large bodies of water. Now, individuals who have thalassophobia find images like this extremely unnerving, but thalassophobia is not the only type of fear. Spiders, heights, sharks, vegetables, you name it. If it exists, someone is probably horrified by it. It may all seem outrageous at times. When we go on TV and we see a woman on the Murray Show being deathly afraid of olives, we may begin to question, why are we so scared of things? Especially over something as mundane as olives. Well, frankly, I have no idea what to say about her. But oftentimes in nature, when discerning whether that blob in the distance is a friend or foe, it is often advantageous to err on the side of it being a threat. Fear is our most primal instinct. When you are the prey with giant beasts that could attack and kill you at any moment, that instinct is constantly triggered. In very simple terms, being afraid keeps you alive. An organism must know when to run, hide, or fight back. Now, all these feelings are hardwired into our brains. So let's take a look at that. The brain. Chances are, you have one. Good for you. Now, as we all know, the brain is broken up into many different sections. The part that's important to us right now is right here, known as the amygdala. Here's how it works. Say you've just been through a traumatic experience, like a car crash or your favorite basketball team blowing a 3-1 lead in the finals. Ugh. The brain recognizes this and, hopefully very politely, asks the pituitary glands, yes, that's what it looks like, stop laughing at him, he's sensitive, to release a hormone called ACTH. ACTH is just a nickname though, his real name is Andre. The ACTH then goes into your adrenal glands, which then release all sorts of fun stuff like adrenaline and cortisol into your bloodstream. The main essential function of ACTH is to regulate hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. Many things happen when you have a high of cortisol or adrenaline, including increased heart rate, increased blood pressure, expanding of air passages, enlarging of the pupils, decreased sensitivity to pain, improves your vision, hearing and other senses, slowing down digestion, and redistributing blood to all the muscles. This is all helped out by a network of nerves that help your body activate its fight or flight reaction, known as the sympathetic nervous system. I actually have a very handy dandy little chart for this one. This system's activity increases when you're stressed or in danger or being physically active. When in action, it does all sorts of helpful things like dilating your blood vessels, increasing your blood pressure, contracting your muscles, secreting sweat from your sweat glands. It also causes your heart to beat faster to open up your airways more. There's also the parasympathetic nervous system, which predominates in quiet rest and digest conditions. Its main focus is to conserve energy to be used later. It also regulates body functions like digestion and urination. It also decreases your heart rate and the contractility of cardiac muscles, and it constricts the ciliary muscle in your eye. That muscle changes the shape of the lens in your eye when you focus on a near object. Most organs are both controlled by the parasympathetic and sympathetic nervous systems, but some are only controlled by the sympathetic nervous systems. This can include the erector pili muscles, your sweat glands, and most blood vessels. As you may have guessed, all these functions that are heightened are incredibly important to survival. An increased heart rate makes sure that blood gets through your body faster. Enlarging of your pupils makes sure you get more light into your eyes. Decreased sensitivity to pain is probably pretty obvious. Slowing down digestion, which lets your body conserve energy and put it towards other things. And redistributing blood to your muscles helps them work faster. But all of these features are incredibly important to every single organism who wants to escape a predator and live on another day. But what I find truly fascinating about fear is the way that humans have manipulated it. We as humans have evolved so much. Munch? Like nom-noms? We humans have evolved so much that we use our biologically ingrained instincts for other purposes. We have become absolutely fascinated with being scared. While before, adrenaline and cortisol were essential to survival, now these hormones still work as they should, but we seem to enjoy the rush we get from being scared. Our bodies are screaming for us to run and hide, but we ignore it and simply sit in the high that is an adrenaline rush. Knowing this, it does make sense why horror movies are as popular as they are. Some of these films spur endless sequels, like it gets a little ridiculous sometimes. I think it can get to the point sometimes where the movies just end up being really, really funny. Like the scene in Jason Takes Manhattan, where he just straight up punches this guy's head off. Like, that is hilarious. So it makes sense why people do enjoy being scared, but I personally do not understand this at all. I absolutely hate horror movies so much. And that's why this is also interesting to me. The act of simply defying our body's commands to run away and survive for fun is very interesting. Humans no longer have any natural predators because we have become the apex predator in every single food chain. There's no need to be scared anymore. I mean, unless you live in like India or something where people are always getting eaten by tigers and shit, but you know what I mean. Another thing I'd like to talk about is irrational fears, which are fears that exist when there is no actual threat. Some examples of irrational fears are, how the hell do you say that? Trypanophobia, which is a fear of flying, Trypanophobia, which is a fear of injections, and ornithophobia, which is a fear of birds. What is so interesting about irrational fears to me is that everybody has one. Everybody is scared of something when there is no actual threat involved. I personally am terrified of injections. I am a grown-ass man and I still get a tummy ache whenever I go to get my yearly flu shot. But all of this is to say that fear is a very fascinating concept. How we have evolved past it and use it for our own entertainment is very interesting. No matter what you're scared of, whether it's spiders, dogs, vegetables, sharks, the color white, whatever it is, you can always overcome it. There is always hope to overcome it. I guess we can all be thankful that we do not suffer from a debilitating fear like somebody being scared of asphalt. And to those of you out there who have a debilitating fear like that, damn. Hey there, thank you so much for watching. I had a ton of fun making this and I learned a lot. If you want to, like and subscribe, but it's completely up to you. Constructive criticism is always welcome and very appreciated. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.